Right, here we are everyone. We are now at the last of these triple whammy segment reviews. I hope you've enjoyed it, and this doesn't mean to say that I won't do another mini-series like this in the future. I may. I'm not making any promises, but the reason why it's happened this weekend is because, well, you all know the reason. I went to S&J Models and I think you know the rest, so there's no point going down that road. So, Saturday we had the Bachmann Class 24, yesterday we had the Bachmann Class 42, and today we have gone from mainline diesels to a humble shunter, or a drewery shunter, as what this is. And of course I am talking about the Bachmann Class 04. Now, out of the models I bought from S&J Models, this is the only one that has an actual price tag on it. As you can see, it cost, on the website, before it closed, it was listed as 40 quid. I didn't even pay that much for it. I paid £38 for it, which is about right, because these older Class 04s normally go for 40 to 30 quid. They are bringing newer ones out, and they are a bit more expensive, of course, like in the 2013 to 14 range. I don't know when they're due to be released, but they have got two coming out. There's one in BR black, and there's another one in a very unusual NTB yellow livery. Now, it looked alright in the prototype photos, but when the hand decorated samples came about, it looked horrible. So I opted for this one instead. And the livery that this model is in is BR green with the light crest, and this is the plain green, meaning it does not have the hazard warning stripes as shown on the photo here. And its running number is D2264. It's a Class 04, of course, as we've said, and the product code is 31342. Now, this is the second diesel shunter I've got, which is good, because my collection for shunters is pretty much thin off the ground. So it's nice to get another diesel shunter, because if I hadn't have gone for this one, I'd still be stuck with the one shunter, which is the Class 09. But either way, let's get this open and see what it's like. Now, I do plan to get the Bachmann 03 in the same livery. Why? Well, why not? This is the livery I like, and that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm going to stick with. Because I'm sure people are thinking out there, oh, why don't you get another different livery? Well, as I say, this is what I like. Because we all have different opinions. Oh God, this box doesn't want to come out. There we go. Had to use gravity. So, here's the old Bachmann box. Put that down to one side. Then here's the card insert, with a photo of a Class 04 on the front. It looks like it's taken near a dock somewhere, because you can see a seaside in the background. And on the back you get the brief history of it. Now, they were built between 1952 and 1962, and 4 were fitted with side skirting and cow catchers for usage on the Wishbeck and Upwell tramway. And they had a 24 litre Gardner engine, and 18 of these survive, which I think is pretty good. So that's the card insert. Then you get well, you've got the Collector's Club fly here. I was in this for a short period of time. I was in it for about 2 to 3 years. I'm not in it anymore. I mean, it is alright. You get free wagons, but you do get locomotives, but you have to pay for them. Why they can't just give you free ones, like they do with the Hornby Collector's Club, is beyond me. So that's an advantage of the Hornby Collector's Club, apart from the fact that the locomotives they produce nowadays for the Collector's Club are naff. Then you get the guarantee, as you can see. We don't need that. And then we have the instructions. Which is pretty much the usual stuff, nothing new. And these will go into my folder soon. So I'll put them over there, ready to be hole punched. And so here's the model. in the polystyrene tray. Now there's no detail pack here, but that's because the previous owner, who obviously owned it before me, has already fitted them on. And I know that because from my viewer's perspective of angle, I can see them already added. So, it's wrapped in this tissue paper, so we'll get it open, because there's a finger hole in the back. Well, to be honest, I could do with more than one, in my opinion. So we'll carefully lift it out like that. There's some more tissue paper in there. Then we will carefully take off this tissue paper. And here is the 04. We'll just get rid of that tissue paper. It's been more professional about. So where do we start? Well, the first thing is, for just a small loco, there is actually a lot of weight in here. But even a small shunter like this, there needs to be weight, because as it's a diesel shunter and it's designed to shunt stock around, even this needs weight. So what else do we have? We have couplings that you can remove via screws, as you can see there. So they don't have the NEM sockets. You could replace them if you wanted, but it would mean modifying. But then I wouldn't modify them because, well, there's no point really. You might as well leave them in. If you was to determine model it, you could modify them, not change them around, or maybe take these couplings out and use chain link couplings. It's up to you. Some people don't even use it for shunting, they use it for pulling stock around the layout. But it's not really prototypical. As you can see, there's a little chain link coupling there. Well, the hook for a chain link coupling. The running number is printed on the buffer beam there. You have brake pipes at both ends, and what I love is they've actually painted this bit here silver, which I think it's a really nice touch because it actually does make the loco stand out a bit. Of course, sprung metal buffers. There's also lamp irons on the model as well, and these lights. I don't think they light up, and it wouldn't surprise me if it didn't, but then it doesn't really matter too much. There's a very nice textile grille on the front there, along with some rivets around on the front. You've got all these panels on the side here with rivets, and in reality these would open up to the engine. They don't on the model, but then they don't really need to. Here you've got the sandboxes and the steps here. You've got a nice chimney stack there on the top, and rivets on the top there as well. You've got some nice metal handrails going down the side of the model. There's the wheel configuration, which is accurate, 060. You've got very nice red side rods, along with the jack shaft at the back there. There's the rear steps as well, of course, can't forget them. The livery is spot on, a very stunning plain BR green this is in. You've also got the horn in there, which is a nice touch. They get you to stick that in, which is interesting. There's glazing in all cab windows, as we would expect. There's the light crest there, and the running number again, along with handrails that go down the side of the door. The door doesn't open, but then it doesn't really need to. But there are rivets though, as you can see, around the cab. There's even rivets on the top of the cab roof as well. On the back you have some more handrails and lamp irons, and a few rivets. And in the cab there you have a driver, which really does add to detail. That is actually quite a nice touch. And I don't know if it will focus in there, but there is some cab detailing. It's not painted, but it's there. Bad focus there. Then if we spin it around very carefully, the other side we have some more rivets and handrails. Again, accurate livery application and all these panels. You have an air tank there of some sort. And that's basically about it. I've pretty much covered everything in detail. So overall, these are really nice models. If you collect diesel shunters, you have to get an L4. Even if you just collect steam, you've got to have a diesel shunter of some form on your layouts. I would recommend the Class 03 and the L4, and also the 08 and the 09, which will really make your layout look interesting. And also the new Sentinel shunter, due by Hornby. That looks really good, and I can't wait for them to be released so I can get my hands on one of them. And of course you've got the running number on the rear buffer being printed on as well, and small metal buffers. It's a good job the weather's really good for today's review. Very nice and sunny. But either way, I've spoke about it enough in detail. I think you know what's coming next. Putting it on the track. Right, so here we are at the layout, and we're going to put the L4 onto the track, and being it's an 06, it's really easy to put on. Look at that. That literally took a second. Okay. Let's give it a jiggle. Ah yes, look at that. She runs. Okay, and let's get her going. Well, I've now whacked her speed up to nearly full throttle. Excuse the kind of TT in the background. That's basically used for lubricating the shunter, because off camera she struggled on some dirty track, but lubricating's took care of that. Which seems to be running smoothly. Guess the motor might be just, well, it's not noisy, but then again it's not quiet, but at least she's running smoothly and there's no grinding noises coming from her. There she goes passing the beach and the station. Passing the signal box, and passing my new 24 and Class 42 warship sitting in the siding. They'll both soon be detailed, by the way. And back round through the tunnel. Okay, so now we're going to get her doing what she was built to do. Shunting. So I've got a train of wagons here, and a brake van of course, and what we're going to get her to do is to arrange this train, have it pull up to there, and an engine's going to come and take it away. Pretty much the same sort of thing we did in the 09 review. So what's left to say about it? Well, overall, it's a great model. You have to get one of these, because you won't be disappointed.